Hey everybody, welcome back to another exciting video. Do you guys remember back in the day how important backwards compatibility is? And I know right now with Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S, it's really cool that they have backwards compatibility with Xbox One, some backwards compatibility with Xbox 360, and limited backwards compatibility with about 60 games with the original Xbox. So, again, I thought I'd do a video talking about why backwards compatibility on the Xbox 360 is cool. Like, maybe you didn't know, an Xbox 360 is backwards compatible with original Xbox games, or quite a lot of them, way more than the Xbox Series X is, in fact. And I wanted to go over some of my favorites. Keep in mind, if you want to do backwards compatibility on your 360, you have to have a legit Microsoft branded hard drive installed, not one of the knockoffs, otherwise it won't work. But yeah, there's some issues with some of the games, but it was such an interesting thing. The original Xbox didn't last all that long, and you kind of just were wondering, hey, what the heck, when they announced this new console. So anyway, that's basically kind of where I was at the time. And then it helps you a little bit because they're like, hey, backwards compatibility. But let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It's going to be a good video.
Everything's coming up Millhouse.
So first up is a really cool game, Buffy the Vampire Slayer Chaos Bleeds. This game is really cool. I think it looks really well and it plays pretty well on the Xbox 360, even for it being a 2003 game. Third-person action-adventure game. It actually takes place during the 5th season of the Buffy the Vampire Slayer TV series, which I think is really awesome as well. And they did such a good job with it. The story itself was crafted with input from series creator Joss Whedon, as well as some of the writers. It sort of unfolds as a quote-unquote lost episode where Buffy and the gang, Willow, Xander, Spike, Faith, and Sid the Dummy even battle a resurgent enemy. Ethan Rains, who allies with the ultimate embodiment of the evil in Sunnydale. It centers around kind of a dimensional bleed and things like that. I don't want to get too much into it, but the gameplay features like a beat 'em up style with a lot of different moves and things like that. There's unique abilities for each of the 6 playable characters. Buffy excels in melee combat, Willow magic, of course. Xander uses ranged weapons like crossbows. The game also has some light puzzle solving and exploration as well. Yeah, so it's really cool. The voice acting actually has a lot of humor and things into it. It features actual actors from the show: Nicholas Brandon, Amber Benson, James Marsters, Anthony Head, though not Sarah Michelle Gellar or Allison Hannigan. But the voice actors for those two pretty much nail it. The game, has a little bit of clunky controls at time. It takes a little bit to get ready for the, get used to the controls and things. But yeah, overall, a really fun game. I love this game. It plays very, very well. It's set after the episode Forever, but before the episode Tough Love. So if you're a fan of Buffy, you're going to definitely want to play this game. Looks great, plays great, a lot of fun. I can't really recommend it enough. What can I say? I'm a Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan. Next up is another Buffy the Vampire Slayer game. This one is Xbox exclusive. This came out in 2002 and was actually, I think, the better overall game, even though the sequel, Chaos Bleeds, was a multi-platform game and had, I think, probably better graphics and things like this. But this game is set during the first 3 seasons of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It follows Buffy. You only get to play as her. She battles various vampires, demons, and, generally the forces of darkness in Sunnydale. This game was actually written with input from TV writers of the show. It serves kind of as an original tale bridging the show's early season as she confronts a powerful vampire lord. What's really cool is it has a lot of locations from the show: Sunnydale High, the Bronze Club, a cemetery, of course. A lot of familiar characters are in the show, are also here as well, including Angel, Giles, Willow, Xander, and Cordelia. And it has a really interesting plot as well. Gameplay focuses on fast-paced combat. Buffy uses like an arsenal of stakes, crossbows, holy water, and like martial arts to kind of take care of the enemies. And the game emphasizes very much combos and environmental interactions, like impaling vampires on wooden objects. There's also some light puzzle solvings and some places to explore, some detailed environments and things like that. It's really probably the most faithful recreation of the Buffy series. It's got some pretty good controls and engaging combat. Overall, this was a critical success. Kind of a linear game or whatever, but it's got some fun dialogue and things. So if you're a fan of Buffy, like I said, you can't go wrong. There's 2 really good Buffy games on Xbox that are backwards compatible that you can play on the 360. Next up is, of course, a familiar favorite, Jet Set Radio, which is a bit of an action platformer and was originally a Sega Dreamcast game released in 2000 and later ported to the Xbox 360, or excuse me, the Xbox, called Jet Set Radio. It was Jet Grind Radio previously. The game follows the GGs, a gang of rebellious inline skaters who express themselves through, of course, graffiti art while evading the often oppressive police. Again, you can control various members of them, such as Beat, Gum, and Tab. You can kind of skate through environments, tagging graffiti spots, performing trips and tricks, and battling like different gangs and things like that. Very fun game. As you can see, I think the game looks much better running on the Xbox 360 than the original Xbox. I think I have some footage somewhere in my channel of this game running on the original Xbox, and it still looks good, but I just think it looks much better like this. So it's got some immersive environments, some very energetic music. Jet Set Radio is often considered a cult classic because it didn't sell very well. It does have a bit of a clunky camera control, and you can see that there is a little bit of an issue with just getting the controls down in general. Like, I hadn't played the game in a while, and things like that. And I always thought this game, if you've ever played Sunset Overdrive on Xbox One, like how you kind of grind on rails and things, I always looked at that as sort of inspiration from this game, because you kind of grind on this and things like that. So yeah, very cool stuff. Love that they were able to kind of do this the way that they did. This is such a fun game to play, such a classic game as well. And if you loved it on the Dreamcast, hey, you pick it up on the original Xbox, you can play it on an Xbox 360, and it's a lot of fun. Next up is a game that really kind of took me by surprise when I put it in, was playing it, Dead or Alive 3. It's a fighting game, obviously developed by Team Ninja, released as a launch title for the Xbox in 2001, very much set in the Dead or Alive universe. Now, here's the thing. This is a game playing on my Xbox 360, and look how gorgeous it looks. Like, I understand that there's some games that look dated or whatever, or they're not the widescreen format, but this was the widescreen format, and I believe HD as well, so it looks really, really good. I was kind of blown away by that when I was playing it. I was like, whoa. Yeah, I realized I suck at this game. I know you don't got to tell me, but it was the first time I played it in a long time. So it continues the series, focus on fast-paced, accessible combat as well. Has a full roster of 16 playable characters, like as you see Katsumi here as well. Gameplay emphasizes very fluid, combo-heavy combat with rock, paper, scissors system of strikes, throws, and holds. It doesn't take too long to get kind of understanding of how these things work, but it does take a while to master. And each of the players has like their own story or whatever, but you can have a lot of strategy and things like that throughout the game. It introduces enhanced environmental interactions as well, with multi-tiered stages featuring breakable objects, walls, and things like that. The Xbox's power at the time was able to deliver stunning visuals for the time in particular, with detailed character models and dynamic arenas, which is really cool. So praise for its responsive controls back in the day. It's got some deep fighting mechanics as well. Very much a standout title, and that doesn't have the best story or whatever, but it's still really good. Very difficult though. It's got a great cinematic presentation, but definitely one of the games that I think people should play through the backwards compatibility of Xbox 360. Next up is Spider-Man 2. Yeah, I know we don't really get Spider-Man games on Xbox these days anymore, but this was a really cool game to get on the original Xbox following the Tobey Maguire films, and Spider-Man 2 is playable on the Xbox 360. Action-adventure game actually developed by Treyarch, who do Call of Duty exclusively now and published by Activision. This was released in 2004, and it's loosely based on Spider-Man 2, the movie. It kind of expands into an open-world experience set in Manhattan, and you can play as Peter Parker and Spider-Man, balancing the superhero duties and his personal life. It basically follows Spider-Man's battle against, Doc Ock, You guys probably know all about that. But there's different threats like Mysterio, Rhino, and Black Cat in the game as well. Peter also navigates his relationship with, of course, MJ and Harry. Gameplay centers on some fluid web swinging mechanics, but it is a little difficult to get the hang of early on. You can swing, zip, and crawl through a lot of different places and things like that. It looks pretty good for an original Xbox game that's 20 some years old. Combat includes some pretty cool combos, web-based attacks as well, environmental takedowns, and there's various missions as well, from stopping crimes to racing against time to save citizens. You can upgrade your abilities, which I think is a really cool thing as well, and swing speed and combat can be upgraded as well. You earn hero points through side missions and collectibles and all those kind of things like that, which I think are really, really cool. More interestingly enough, the voice acting of Tobey Maguire, Kirsten Dunst, and Alfred Molina are actually in the game as well, and it really does kind of capture the tone of the movie itself. So yeah, really cool stuff to kind of go back, and nostalgic to go back and play this. I had some fun with it. Maybe you will too. Of course, we couldn't do this list without something from the racing world. This is Project Gotham Racing 2, which is a racing game developed by Bizarre Creations and was published by Microsoft. This came out in 2003, which was a sequel to the original Project Gotham Racing, and it builds a lot on its the predecessor's arcade-style racing with the focus on style and precision. So I think this game really looks good. Can you believe this game came out, well over 20 years ago, and running on a 360, it looks fantastic. I think it's set across 12 real-world cities, including New York, Tokyo, Moscow, and even Florence. It has over 100 licensed cars from popular manufacturers like Ferrari, Porsche, BMW, and more. The game core has a core mode with the Kudos World Series. It actually has players earning Kudos points by performing stylish maneuvers, drifting, power sliding. You get clean laps, all that kind of stuff, avoiding collisions. It all helps you in this game as well. The story is kind of minimal, of course, focusing on your rise through global racing ranks, unlocking new cars and tracks. Tracks are very well designed in there, capturing city landmarks with dynamic weather and time of day effects as well. The gameplay itself balances accessibility with depth. It takes a little bit to get used to, but not too much. It's got rewarding, skillful driving through Kudos system. It doubles as currency for unlocking content. If you think about it, man, the original Xbox's graphical power delivered some very detailed car models and vibrant cityscapes for the time. So yeah, pretty awesome to see that kind of come about the way that it did. And I was just kind of, when I was playing through this game earlier, I was like, man, this game really looks good. And hard to believe it came out so long ago. And I just remember when I first played this game way back when it launched, just thinking, man, it's not going to get much better than this. Hard to believe, but yeah, amazing game even today. Okay, next up, a fun game, but a game that I admittedly really stink at, Outlaw Volleyball. So it's an arcade-style sports game that was actually kind of a fun game, released back in Xbox back in 2003, part of the Outlaw series, which actually includes Outlaw Golf and Outlaw Tennis. You guys might remember these games. It delivers kind of an over-the-top, irreverent 2-on-2 volleyball action with a focus on humor and attitude. It's really kind of set in a gritty, unconventional location, like you have prison, a jungle, a sewer, or a beach, and the game features 16 kind of out there characters, ex-cons, bikers, even strippers. Can you imagine trying to get away with a game like this these days? It would be, yeah, it definitely wouldn't get out there. But what's really funny is each has unique stats for volleyball and fighting skills. Voiced by Steve Carell as the announcer, you guys might remember him. The game follows standard volleyball rules as well, but there's different things, different modes like hot potato and things like that. Listen, this game isn't going to win any awards for, best game or anything like that, but it has a lot of humor and colorful characters with some decent volleyball mechanics. I couldn't score at all in the hour or so that I put into it recently, but I remember being pretty good about it before as well. It can be a little bit easy for some people, though. The Xbox version is often praised as the best version of the game as well. Edgy, fun, and all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, if you have never played this series, it's fun. Jump into it. This is like an extremely cheap game to get as well. So yeah, just give it a try. You know I couldn't do this list without having the Simpsons game on there, now did you? The Simpsons Road Rage, of course, is an arcade-style racing game, which came out way back in 2002. Very much inspired or straight up rip-off of Crazy Taxi, but it's still fun. You know, it's basically Crazy Taxi with Simpsons characters. It's set in Springfield, which is obviously from the Simpsons TV show. The game puts in players in the role of various characters from the series. You can play as Homer, Marge, Bart, Lisa, and others. Kind of drive some quirky vehicles as well. Homer's station wagon, Otto's school bus, and you kick passengers all around town. The story revolves around Mr. Burns, of course, who bought out Springfield's transit system and replaced public transportation with nuclear-powered buses, leaving residents reliant on Simpsons and their friends for rides. You pick up passengers and drop them off at their destinations. It's kind of wild and crazy. The gameplay focuses on a very fast-paced driving with simple controls for acceleration, braking, and drifting. And you earn bonus fares through risky maneuvers like near misses or jumps while avoiding obstacles and other drivers. There's the main campaign, which is Road Rage. There's Sunday Drive, which is like a free roam, and Mission Mode, which is 10 specific challenges. So it's got a very authentic Simpsons atmosphere, funny dialogue written by the people who make The Simpsons, as well as the voice actors from The Simpsons in the game. Yeah, very, very cool. Apparently there were some legal issues with Sega over similarities to Crazy Taxi, which led to the delisting of the game. But, you know, you can buy this game used. I think it might be one of the more expensive games, though. I think to get this game is between $30 and $40 to pick up. But yeah, it's cool that it's backwards compatible on the Xbox 360. So next up is a really cool Nitro kart game from Crash, arcade-style racing, really fun game, released back in 2003, which was a spiritual successor to Crash Team Racing. It has characters from Crash Bandicoot, of course. It's got some high-speed kart racing adventure. You can control Crash, Coco, Crunch, or other characters as well, including villains like Dr. Cortex, as they race across some very vibrant alien-themed tracks. The story follows Crash and his friends who were abducted and are forced to compete in this intergalactic racing championship to prove that Earth is worth freedom. So yeah, pretty cool stuff there. Gameplay, of course, emphasizes fast-paced kart racing with power-ups, drifts, and jumps. Players collect Wumpa Fruit to boost speed and use items like missiles, bombs, and shields to outdo opponents. Track features different shortcuts, hazards, and anti-gravity sections. You know, I really like this game because I feel like it looks really, really good still. And this game looks really good on the original Xbox as well, but it looks even better when you play it on the Xbox 360. There were no real issues with it when I was playing through it. Just a lot of fun to kind of go back and sit through and enjoy this game. I don't think this is a very expensive game either, so there is that to kind of look into as well. So yeah, a lot of fun. If you've never played it, yeah, definitely think about picking it up and, you know, giving it a try. It's fast, it's fun. You can play it with other people around as well. It's got some fun gameplay, faithful to the Crash aesthetic as well. And it's got, you know, the Crash Team racing. It's got some really good voice acting as well. So yeah, keep that in mind. Give it a try if you've never played it. It's so much fun. So I kind of wanted to end the video on a little fun game, Outlaw Golf, 9 Holes of Xmas. This was a holiday-themed arcade-style golf game that came out, released exclusively as a Blockbuster rental. That's why I included it, because I thought it was unique. It doesn't make it expensive or anything like that, but it was exclusively as a Blockbuster rental for Xbox. It came out in 2002, which was a standalone expansion to Outlaw Golf, which is also backwards compatible on the Xbox 360. It has like the series irrelevant humor, edgy gameplay, and multiple player characters as well, dressed in festive holiday outfits. It's got 9 new winter themed holes. I admit I suck at this game. I do not understand it at first. It took me a while to kind of get used to it, but you know, it is fun. It mirrors the original Outlaw Golf, blending accessible golf mechanics with a unique composure system, where good shots increase your distance while misses lower performance, which I had the lowest performance that you could actually get. Yeah, it's kind of funny the way that I really am bad at this game. It's got commentary by Steve Carell. The game delivers the series very crude humor through, a lot of people didn't think that this was like a super high quality game or anything like that. But, the festive setting adds a lot of kind of quirky charm to it. Like I said, it's not like the best game in the world, but I wanted to put it in because I thought it was interesting that it was a Blockbuster rental, and I noticed that I had it and it was backwards compatible. So yeah, fun stuff. Try it if you've never tried it before. It's difficult. It was for me anyway, but still fun. And there you have it, a fun list of Xbox games that are backwards compatible on the Xbox 360. I think that it's one of the cooler features that people forget about, right? Like a lot of people go, oh, well, there's no need to keep a 360 around. Honestly, the 360 plays a lot of these Xbox games better. It gives them a little bump, sort of like the way Xbox Series X does. Yeah, there's some issues with some of them, but, I think there's over 800 games from the original Xbox library that are playable, so it's worthwhile to keep around and bust out your Xbox 360 to play these games. There's a ton more, KOTOR and Fable. There's a lot of games that I didn't cover. Maybe I'll do another video if you guys like this one, but if you do like it, you can subscribe, you can like the video, comment, and I'll catch you guys next time. Have a great day.